Hey guys, it's your girl Gina, Dancing Couponer of 6, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about why I homeschool and what I have come to love about homeschooling. Anyway, so today, top 10 reasons. I'm only going to give the first three is like the most serious reasons why we homeschool. And then the last seven is basically what I have learned and what I have grown to love about it. Like why it's so rewarding, why I've come to realize how rewarding it is. Okay, so number one reason, I got my notes, y'all, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit. So my number one reason is because my son he was getting bullied. Now, if any of y'all know my son, y'all seen a couple of videos that he's made. He's he's so nice and he's timid. Okay, so he's like an easy target for bullies, and it's unfortunate because when we found out about them bullying him, he was like, "Oh, well, I'm used to it." I'm like, "Used to it? You ain't nobody got no used to it. You're not supposed to be getting used to getting bullied." So yeah, so we dealt with that with the principal, and she was so slow, y'all, to deal with it. It was all these, well, the protocol is, first warning is this, second warning is that, third warning. I said, look here, they did enough for you to be in the call parents, send letters home to parents, suspending them, whatever. And I had told my son to go crazy one good time, and then just leave him alone. But of course, then we had to, digress. Because I was hyper too. Ooh, I had just got through working out, y'all. I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, let me come up there. Let me come up there and throw some tables. Yeah, I was heated. But, we had to, bring it back and, talk about self-control and the fruit of spirit and how to deal with things and how to handle things. And, yeah, but I must say, in the last year, the principal was not happy with me because I went off in a loving way, of course. But yeah, that was the main reason, was being bullied, and the principal was too slow to deal with him. Number two is because fifth grade, they're still in the elementary, but this intimacy thing, because I know it might be kids watching the video, so I don't want to say the word, but yeah, they were saying really nasty stuff to him, like if he don't cough, he's gay, and telling him to say, cover y'all kids' ears, okay, just for half a second. Telling him to say stuff like I suck, things, that I refuse to repeat. So, and if you don't, your mom is this or whatever. I was like, and then I didn't find out about the second half of if you don't, your mom this, until after he put him out of school by then. But yeah, so I never did get to deal with that portion of it. But yeah, stuff like that. Then they was pushing him to the teacher's desk to say something that he didn't have no business saying, and he would come home with all these questions. Well, what does gay mean, and what does what is what is that? I'm like, oh my God. So we had to deal with that, what the word says about, what the Bible, what the Lord says about, being gay and, whatever, that whole thing. And then we had to deal with, well, we call it your private because it's your private area. Nobody should touch it, until you get married, blah, 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 blah. And this is the dictionary word for it. And this is what ghetto folks call it. We just had to go through all that. This is the inappropriate word to use when you're talking about this. Oh, it was a mess. Okay. So I was like, whoo, about that. Third main serious reason, number three, is because his grades. Oh my God, his grades. His grades was so super low. It was like the Spirit of the Lord telling me to check his grades, because I hadn't got on online. You can go online and you can see things, whatever. And since I hadn't heard nothing from his teachers about anything, his last progress report was fine, or report card was fine. I felt like he was on fine. And plus, as a mother with two little toddlers, I was so dealing with them so much that I had figured he just had it and ran with it. But you all stay on task with all of your children regardless of the age, because you just never know what's lacking. Okay, so check his grades, girl. He had a 36 in math And I screenshotted it to my husband. And he was, Josh was like, this has got to be a typo. I'm like, no, he got like a H or I in math. Like, is that even possible, right? So come to find out, this Common Core math is, I didn't even know what he was doing. When he was drawing the boxes and the 360 and the 4. I was like, what is you doing? What is this? Oh my God. This is some new stuff that I just never seen before, never heard before. What is this? So he was doing mixed fractions or something, and I went on YouTube, because I'm old, I don't remember how to do that stuff. And so I went on YouTube, and this guy had 4 steps, and he did the 4 steps, and he aced A. Then another F showed up. Where does F come from? So then all of a sudden, I'm like, is it you or is it your teacher not teaching you the way that you know how to learn? Because my son, I've learned he's a visual learner. So anyway, she's like, oh, well, he can do it over. I'm like, well, he can do it over the new thing or whatever she had just taught. But if he do it over, he can do it over the same way you taught him or didn't teach him. So yeah, we had to bring it home, honey. So then I had to go figure out how to do this. And so he got A's again. So I'm like, okay, this is not working either. So those are the 3 reasons why we put him out. The 3 main reasons why we put him out. So beginning of January, before we went back to school, I was just like, oh my God, this is just, I can't take it. It was just so heavy on my heart to keep my son home. I was like, well, you're in elementary. This is, you're in 5th grade. And if we're going to do this, let's do it now. We can do like the end of the year homeschooling just to kind of see if I like it. And if he like it. If not, we can put you back in school in middle school. But we was going to move. It was like, we'll just move somewhere else into a better school district or whatever. So, like, well, we'll try this first. So as school started and as it started going, now I am coming to love it. It's very rewarding because one thing, you think about is safety. All my kids are at home, except of course my oldest girl is not here. But all my little younger children are at home. We're safe. We're, in our little bubble here. And, unless God allows somebody to come up in here with some guns, it ain't gonna happen. So, but at school, they're not safe. It's a lot of gun shootings and just things like that. So I just felt secure knowing that he's at home. Okay, so that's my 4th reason, is for safety. My 5th reason is for Bible. We at home, and when he was at school, me and my tots, we would do praise and worship, we would do Bible and, things like that. But now he can become part of that. So he's here, we're all doing praise and worship together. He's on his couch, on his knees with his hands up doing worship. And it's just a blessing to just see this happening daily. And he's growing in the Lord. And, we do our devotions and everything, and watch our Bible stories together. And he's learning a whole lot more about the word, and we're doing scripture memory, and it's just good to just see that we're able to really put that into our daily day and not just waiting for Sunday because we're just so busy, or he been at school for all these hours, and when he get home from school, it ain't time for nothing. So that was one of the other things. And then we can do led learning. So he loves coding. He wants to be a video gamer, and he wants to be a scientist. So he's trying to figure it out, I guess. But now with his homeschooling, he has coding. He does coding every other day. Monday and I think Wednesday is his coding class. So he does coding with a coding book. So he's learning how to code. He wasn't going to learn it in school, not in this grade. And he loves science. So he can learn all kinds of stuff about science. He read this book about the solar system. He reads this book about that, and he can just lead himself. Okay, Xavier, science, what you gonna do for science? And so he'll pick a science book and he'll journal on it. So he's learning something different every day about science. We're not just stuck in one spot, waiting on other kids to learn it and kids to catch up. And it ain't that type of thing. We at home, so he can do that. And then that was number 6, right? Yeah. Number 7 is my toddlers. They actually learning things that they wouldn't normally learn just because he's here. So like when we do geography, I was like, we might as well do it all together because they love learning. They love learning. So I had created him a map, and I made 2 more. So we all sit at the table together and we all do geography. And my son can point out, where is Maine and New York, and he can point out different things like that already. And he's still 3. He'll be 4 tomorrow. But right now he's still 3. So yeah, so we can do all those things, and So they're learning things, and they're loving the fact that he's at home. Oh my God, where's Xavier? Xavier. They just love the fact that Xavier is home and my kids can get a better bond, you know. Then number 8 is me and him. We have a close relationship now because we talk all the time about everything. My son's imagination, if you all know my son, his imagination is unmeasurable. I think that's the word I need to use. He says things just so far off the wall that you be like, huh? What? Like, Mom, what would you think? What would happen if we were all made of trees, or we was all made of leaves? What do you think would happen? I said, well, we will all die at some point pretty early through the seasons. We'd be falling off the trees. We would be, and so I had to go into this imagination world of us being leaves. I don't know. Let me blow you. Did you move? He just dies laughing. So he just comes up with these crazy things in his head. But we just talk about things, and he'll be reading the book. And now I see why they say his focus is just all over the place, because he'll be reading on Jane Goodall book for social studies or whatever. And the next thing you know, he's coming in the room talking to me about what happened in a book he read an hour ago. I'm scratching my head like, okay, wait. This happened with the chimpanzee, or this happened, what you talking about? No, the other book. I said, ooh, squirrel. Let's get back. Let's get back. When you get through with this, then we'll talk about the other book. But let's focus on this book. So now when they say he be daydreaming and he be, now I see. But his mind just is a constant flow of things. So our relationship has gotten closer about that. So number 9 is more time. We got more time to, oh my God, we got so much more time to learn different things. His life skills, like money. If I pay you this much, how much, and if this costs $35 and some change, and I give you $100, how much you gonna give me back? Like just random stuff. When we go, cause we only homeschool Monday through Thursday, so on Fridays I still gotta do me. So I still gotta go to the bank, and we go grocery shopping, and when we're out, we're learning. While we're out, we're still schooling while we're out. And so, okay, Xavier, you're gonna buy this. Here's the money. Tell how much you're supposed to get back. So we learning life skills, and Jaden is running around the store finding pineapples and apples and baked beans and whatever else he's supposed to be finding. What's macaroni, and so they're learning how to shop, and just different things like that, and learning what things are. And he's learning how to cook. He's learning how to clean. Well, he already had a chore that he was doing, cleaning and stuff, but now he don't have to rush to get stuff done in the morning, or rush to get his chore done in the evening, because he's here all day, so he can get it done. It's in his schedule now. I put it in his schedule for the day, so it's easier to do that. So let's see. Number 10, and my last reason, is that it just don't take all day. That's like the beauty of it all. I thought, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on homeschooling before I homeschooled, and I was just like, oh my God, we're going to be doing this forever. But I promise you, it probably only take us 2 to 4 hours to homeschool and get work done. I think from the time we wake up, we have our breakfast, get dressed, and things like that, and then we do our praise and worship, devotion, a read aloud, and then we do school. And school don't take but 2 to 4 hours, depending on what he has to do. And he gets done fairly quickly, except math. Math is a hard one for him, so we're working on some things with math. I realized that his foundation is shaky, so we got to go back, to some basic things as we continue on with what he knows. So working on that. But yeah, so we still have time to do other things, so I don't have to, be rushing to, okay, well, wait, I gotta cook, or wait, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And so life is not as hard as I thought it would be. And so it is very, very rewarding with all of the things that I thought. And we've only been doing this for 30 days, y'all. Like, legit. Okay, this February. So yeah, because we started January 7th. We only school Monday through Thursday. Friday is unstructured schooling, because we still do school, because he still does his dot-to-dot page, and he has to do his finance. Yeah, we do finance too, y'all. He learning how to not go in debt. He learning how to do that early. So Junior's Adventures, where he's learning how to save, give, you know, and all this other stuff, and then activity book for that. Then he has a search and find on Friday. So I do another video on like his schedule, what he does, and everything, if you guys want to know kind of how our homeschool look, a day in a life, I guess, type video. So anyway, yeah, those are our reasons for why we homeschool, and why I have actually, like I said, come to love it. It's very rewarding. And my husband asked me, so since Xavier is home and you're homeschooling them, are you gonna, you know, keep the little ones home too and homeschool them? And because I'm telling you, my sister was like, she said, you know, you should homeschool Jayden and Janiyah, because, you know, he's gonna know so much and he gonna have to go to private school. But I was like, girl, boo, look, as soon as these kids is able to go to school, bye-bye. But now I said she jinxed me. I keep telling her she jinxed me, because now it's like, oh my goodness, I did not know that it's this rewarding, and I love it. I do. I'm starting to love it more. But it does have its challenges. I have had several challenges. I have done several with the schedule changes. I have changed this and changed that and changed that. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do this record keeping thing. And should I sign up with the HSLDA something, the lawyer thingy for homeschoolers? And I still haven't found a homeschool group or a co-op. You know, it's a lot that I still have not done. But as far as like our homeschool flow is getting better. We're getting kind of a rhythm a little bit better. Like I said, we only been doing this for a month, y'all. And so we'll see. We'll recap at the end of this school year and figure out, you know, whether we want to continue to do this or not. So my question for you today is, why do you homeschool if you're a homeschooler? And if you're not a homeschooler but you're thinking about being a homeschooler, what's stopping you from being a homeschooler? Because I've even seen where some people work full-time in the day and they homeschool their kids at night. Or some people, you know, homeschool their kids in the day and then they work at night, you know, depending on if they got a husband and, you know, schedules and stuff like that. But I legit was like not wanting to homeschool because I was scared I was going to fail him, and because I just didn't think I was smart enough, to be quite honest. I mean, to be transparent, I just didn't think I was smart enough. And then I was feeling really selfish about my own time. Like, I'm not going to have time to do anything. What am I going to have time to do, you know? And so it does take a while, because, you know, the planning and all that. And I know people say, oh, I love planning. I watch YouTube videos. I just love planning. I'm like, this planning is not fun. I don't know what, Lord help me in this area. So, you know, what area in your homeschooling, if you're new, I know if you're a veteran and you've been doing it for a while, you can definitely give me some tips as to, you know, how to do things better and to get done. But if you're new like me and you have some struggles and you got some questions, sorry, y'all. If you're new and you have some questions and stuff, put them in the comment section so we can help each other. If you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, go ahead and hit the like button, like thumb. It ain't even a like button, it's a like thumb. Hit the like thumb and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you won't miss my next video or any video after that as well, because you don't want to miss this, do you? You don't want to miss my face. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I think I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.